Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge, and let's talk horror. Now, today I'm joined by the amazing LJ Ugarte. LJ, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm so great.
We met at GhouliCon, and we instantly hit it off. I fell in love
Uh,
super quick. I was head over heels the minute I met you. So I knew
Absolutely.
that I had to bring you on and talk to you about horror. But before we do that, LJ, I would like for the people that don't know you to get to know you a little bit. You are an American actor, singer, songwriter, and award-winning film producer.
Mhm.
Born in Brooklyn, New York, captivated by arts at an early age. Now, you talk about, singing, dancing, doing all that at the age of 5. What gave you the desire at such a young age to want to start performing?
I grew up in a household full of music, and there's lots of music, records, Menudo, Ricky Martin, very very young, super young Ricky Martin. Um, just being influenced by the television too. Watching like
Hmm.
Webster and Small Wonder and all these shows, and it's like, you know what? I want to do that. And it
Hmm.
was also escapism for me. And as I got older and learned how to master the craft of the arts and entertainment, I knew that to me, that world was my escape.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, like you have so many feathers in the cap because it's not just dance and singing and
Yeah.
acting, ballet as well. And you did
Yeah.
you were in the Ballet
Um,
Hispanico dance company.
yes.
And like that to me is
Yeah.
such an amazing thing because this is one of those things where it gets shoehorned into women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
People hear
right.
ballet and they think women. Ballet is one of the strongest forms of art and dance in
Yes.
the world.
Yeah.
And for you to be such a big part of that, like, what's it like for you being a man doing this intense form of movement art?
At the time, I was trained as a ballet dancer originally years ago.
Hmm.
To me, that was definitely very artistic, especially when you are pursuing a career in the theater.
Yeah,
And it's always great to have that background and to be able to tell stories with your body, like the movements, with the, you know, um, that I was just fascinated at a young age, and I was accepted into the ballet Hispanico dance company through a urging of a dance teacher in junior high school. She saw something in me, and she was like, "You know what? I'm going to send you to this audition for the summer program. Go ahead, try your luck." I didn't know. I mean, I was taking classes, but I didn't think it was going to take me there. And
sure.
I went to the audition, got accepted, kept fueling it, and I just added it part of my catalog of artistic expression.
I was gonna say, and there you've got so many in there. I've got to hear you sing, I've gotten to see you dance, and it's
Yeah,
incredible to watch you
yeah.
and watch your moves, and you can see how trained you are, professionally trained you are
Thank
in
you.
everything that you do. And you were like, you know what? That's not enough. So I'm going to add some more to this. So you were like, let's start a production company. Fire
Yeah.
Creek Entertainment, a multimedia film production company. Over 18 years you've been doing this, located in
Yeah.
West Palm Beach, Florida. And you Emmy and Telly Award winning film
Yes.
producer, man. So, like I said,
Yeah.
you start mastering these things. You're like, well, fuck, I'm bored. I got to do something else. So, what gave you the desire to start Fire Creek Entertainment?
Frustration. Lots
Really?
of frustration. Yeah. Um, During the time that I established Fire Creek Entertainment, I was just fed up with the no's. I was tired of the rejections. Oh, you can't act, you can't sing, you can't dance, you're skinny, you're not
Hmm.
skinny enough, you're dark, you're not dark enough, you're light, you're not light enough. So I'm like, where the hell am I going to fit in if I'm not accepted? What the hell? I mean,
Right.
I'm fat, like 5'9", 130 pounds. Are you serious?
130
So
pounds soaking wet, maybe,
at the,
LJ.
at the time, I'm a little heavier now. I'm happy. I like my low weight now. But at the time, I said I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna give up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw in the towel. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna start a company that's going to be fantastic. How am I gonna do that? I had no clue. But I educated myself on how to start a business. The only thing I had at the time was a black suitcase, my famous black suitcase, I had a couple of lights in there. I had a beat up old slate that I bought at Universal Studios, a souvenir slate. I had
Yeah.
a couple of makeup supplies that I bought from like the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General store, and I called that Fire Creek Entertainment. That was my production company. Where was it going to take me? I had no clue until one day I was on my way to an audition. Finally, an audition in Miami, Florida, from West Palm Beach to Miami. I think a revelation came to me was when my suitcase got stuck in the railroad tracks. I pulled it. I fell. I scraped my knee. I was bleeding. I was crying. I was like, Lord, God, you don't want me to make it. But I wiped my tears, dusted myself off. It started raining. Jumped on the train, made it to Miami, got the role, and from there on, I
That's
never stopped. However, I kept educating myself. I Googled. I saved my money. I worked 3 jobs. I did everything from walking dogs, cleaning up dog poop, to freaking cleaning cars, to you name it. I done it. I saved my money and I incorporated my company in the beginning. And then not only I incorporated my company, I registered it, I trademarked it, and I kept going, 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 going. I became a I became uh, uh, a secondary company, which other major companies will hire me, my corporation, as an association with. Therefore, I would partner up with multiple productions, but I still own and held the rights to Fire Creek Entertainment, and that's how we kept growing. Now we have a warehouse full of equipment, multiple awards. We got several films under our belt, including the famous Gornos. I worked with the alumni of the Nightmare on Elm Street films, those people, and I just kept going and still continue to go.
Yeah. And like I said, still to this day, 18 years later, you're still kicking just as much ass. And
Yes,
your
yes,
passion is so reinvigorating. Like when people are around you, like
yes.
you can't help but just like you're infectious and people
Thank you.
feed off of the energy that you put out. And I'm telling you guys, you're going to want to be a part of his life. So the best way to do that is to follow him on social media, and you don't have to go far. All you gotta do is scroll down because I have all those links right down in the description, guys. So make sure
Thank
you're
you.
following LJ. Make sure you're following Fire Creek Entertainment on all social media platforms available, and they're right down in the description. But LJ, in order for you to be such a part of the horror world, horror had to start for you somewhere. So now, my friend,
Yeah,
I would like to go
yeah.
back to the past and talk about what got you started in the horror genre, your first horror movie. And LJ, your
Ooh,
first horror movie was.
A Nightmare on Elm Street on VHS. Went, saw it. My sister was having a slumber party with her girlfriends, and I was always wanted to be close to my sister Martha. And I remember going like this, watching her and her girlfriends all cuddle. And this was back in the 80s.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
were watching this creepy man with claws. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And I remember the scene like it was yesterday on VHS. Um, the scene when he was Freddie was dragging Tina, and then her hand slaps the and he's dragging her. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then I was just hooked on Freddie, and that's where it started. That and of course the prom night movies.
No, and I totally get that. And the good thing about that is these movies are still so impactful today. Nightmare on Elm
Yeah,
Street is
sure
still
is.
such a
Yeah.
special franchise today. And we know you were very young watching it with your sister for the very first time. And you talked a little bit about it, but the scene that affected you the most, was it the dragging Tina scene?
Yes, it was. It really was. Tina getting dragged. That messed
Oh,
me up, but I was fascinated at the same time. Like, ew, she got things coming out of her mouth. Like what? Yeah,
and
so
it's crazy because like it's all done practically.
yeah. It's
Just have a girl in a body bag, pick her feet up, and then drag her away.
like how cool is that? And this was in '84. It was like
Yeah.
before AI and the CGI, and it was literally mirror image, like just the coolest thing. Like, wow.
Well, and I think another reason why it's so special is in Nightmare on Elm Street, we always forget it was such a low budget film that Robert's
Yeah.
only on screen for like 8 minutes of the whole film.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. Very
like you don't
captivating.
have Robert picking up the legs and dragging him away. You don't
Mm-mm.
have Robert. You don't see Robert or Freddy kill
Mm-mm.
anybody in this movie. It's all
No,
done
you
through
don't.
their dream and someone else seeing it in reality.
Hmm.
So, like, that's one of the things for this movie that I think holds up so well. And it
Yeah.
shows you how to do a practical effect when you have the producer that just pushes his face up against the latex to come out
No,
above Nancy's
yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
Still terrifying to this day when you watch
Right
that scene.
on. Yeah, sure
So
is.
scary.
And it's just it was well done. Like those are the films that their special effects at the time is what inspired me to make gore pictures like that, on
Hmm.
a minuscule budget, but still make it entertaining.
And that's how the big part about it. You can make
Mhm.
movies on a small budget, but you
Mhm.
gotta hook people.
Yes.
And we know LJ what scene affected you the most, but what would you say your favorite scene from A Nightmare on Elm Street is?
My favorite scene when she's running up the stairs and she's in the mush. I love that. I rewind that so many times. I don't know why it was fascinating to me, just her running up the stairs and her feet was sinking in that oatmeal. It's just
Yeah,
that was like that's cool.
the goopy stairs, baby.
Yeah, the goopy scare. That I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of this movie, when I was talking about it, still holds up. There's only really four kills in this movie, and as horror fans,
Mhm.
we love the kills.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
single kill in this movie is all about quality over quantity. Every
Right,
kill in this movie could be the best kill in any other movie, but that's how
right.
good they are. So, what kill would you say was the one that stuck with you the most?
The one that traumatized me was the bed. Was definitely
Oh
the
yeah.
bed. That I was afraid of water beds for years.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
Yes, yes, that creeped me out. And my sister, when she got older, she had a water bed. I hated it. It just gave me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know what it was in the early '90s of a water bed in the late '80s, early
Everyone had a
'90s.
water bed,
It was
man.
hard. Ugh, it just gave me the yeah. And that's it's because of
I
that
don't even want
flicker.
to be on a water bed now. That shit's uncomfortable as
It
hell.
does with my back. Oh no, hell no. Shoot, I might
Right.
break a hip on that. No thanks. I'm good.
So, another question I always ask when we do this is would you like to see your first horror movie remade today? Now, this did happen back in 2010. It's been 15 years, but we did get a Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Mhm.
Did you see the remake? And if so, what were your thoughts on it?
I did my first reaction, and I actually I remember asking Robert this personally. I was like, I liked it because it was telling a different perspective of the Frederick Krueger's backstory a little
Hmm.
bit more. That's why I liked it. The reason why I kind of was like, because it wasn't Robert. Robert have
Right.
swag. This other guy was a little bit too stiff for me. But as far as the story behind the Freddy, I like that.
Hmm.
I like the backstory, but it wasn't Robert. So
Right.
Robert is more of a flamboyant in the character. He's like, you know,
Yeah.
he seduces you, and this guy was too serious.
Well, we talked about it at GhouliCon. You were there
Mhm.
for that. How I
Uh-huh.
talked about how Jackie Earle Haley did an amazing job just because he made you hate Freddy Krueger.
Yes,
He made you do
absolutely.
something
He
that
made
Robert couldn't.
yeah.
Anytime Robert was on screen, you were like, kill those kids, Robert.
Yeah, right
But
on.
like with Jackie, you were like, get him the fuck out of here. Like, get this guy.
Yeah.
He's terrible. So that's
He's
why
too
I do have an
serious.
immense love and an immense respect for Jackie Earle Haley. And
Mhm,
I do got to plug this real quick, guys, because by
mhm.
the time this interview comes out, I'm allowed to talk about it. Your Host, the new film, it is out now. As of this recording, it is my favorite film of the year. Jackie Earle Haley plays a character that is influenced by, let's say, The Grabber took over Jigsaw's job and made it a game
Mm,
show. That's what you would get with this. And it's my favorite movie of the year. It blew me away. And Jackie Earle Haley's performance as the host, he was made for this role. He can be
mm,
flamboyant, he can be over the top, he can be ridiculous, and it's amazing. And it made me look at Jackie Earle Haley in a whole new light to watch him go over the top the way he
mhm.
did. So check out Your Host as well, guys. But now, LJ, we are talking about A Nightmare on Elm Street and your life. A Nightmare on Elm Street is a part of a big franchise now. A
Oh
lot of
yeah.
franchises, or a lot of films in this franchise. Which film would you say is your favorite in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise?
Golly, I like the third one too. That one was very actiony. You know what I mean? With the snake and the house. That one I like that one.
Hmm.
That one was very entertaining to me. You know, it
That's one of the
introduced
only Nightmare on Elm Street films where you're also rooting for the kids and not just Freddy.
right on. I don't know. It was the kills, and that was very creepy to me. Like the television scene when the girl, your big breaking TV from the front time, bitch. You know, like you could. That messed me up too. When I tell you, you ain't
One
catch
of
me.
my favorite scenes of any movie ever, man.
Love it. And you know, my dear friend Ken is in that. So
Ken is in it.
I love it, you know, and I don't know. That one was very entertaining to me.
Hmm. I think universally that's probably everybody's favorite. I think that for me, the original is the best, but I
Yeah.
think that part three is just it's a more fun watch, if that
Yes.
makes sense.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
Um,
I liked it very much.
yeah, still to this day, it's one of my go-to movies. If I'm just, wanting to throw something on and vibe, I'll throw on Dream Warriors any day of the week and just have fun with that movie, man. It's such a fun movie to be a part of. So,
Yeah. Did you remember
um,
the VHS cassette at the end of the movie? You watched the music video. At
oh
the
yeah.
time, it was a Dream
Yep, the Dream Warriors.
Warrior.
Yes, man.
I
And
remember the video. Yeah.
that's when you knew Nightmare on Elm Street was taking off, man. When they
Yeah.
started to have music videos about it, like that's when you know shit was
No,
going down.
when MTV premiered it, that's when
Hmm.
it hit. Because at the time when Dream Warriors came out, it was part of the MTV crowd. So it was like MTV with Freddy Krueger. Freddy had his own series like on MTV hosting. Like, dude, he's big, you know?
Yeah, and it's a child killer. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like he's a child killer, and he's doing
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, man, I've had an amazing time talking to you about your first horror movie. Talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. But here for a second, LJ, I do want to throw a little bit of a curveball at you. My little buddy Ghostface is here, and he has a question for you. What's your favorite scary movie, LJ? What is your
Ah,
favorite horror movie of all time?
my favorite horror movie of all time would have to be, golly, Dementia 13,
Wow,
1963.
that's a deep cut.
Yes.
Holy shit.
And I like the remake, the 2018 remakes, I think, when it came
I didn't
out.
even know they did it.
Yeah, they redid that movie. Oh yeah. If you remember Dementia 13 in 1963 with that axe killer
Yeah.
obsessed with with the mother and the little sister who drowned in Ireland, and they definitely did a remake. Oh yeah. The remake kind of
Wow.
creeped me out a little bit because they involved masks, but it was something about the way that picture was made at that time that creeped me out. I guess because of the black and white element. And
Mm-hmm.
it was fresh off the back of whatever happened to Baby Jane, Psycho, Lady in the
Right.
Cage. It was those exploitation horror movies, but it was a part of that genre. You know what I mean? Of that
See,
year, Carnival
and
of
I'm looking it up right
Souls,
now. It was 2017 is when the
27.
remake came out.
Great film. I
So
liked it. I personally liked it. I thought it was just
I just bought it. So
yeah.
I will be watching it when it comes in. Like I literally was
Uh,
like, holy shit, I didn't know this existed. I just
yeah.
bought it. What's the worst that's
So
I'm out
it's on. Yeah,
750.
it is on Amazon Prime. Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought
So
it too.
what a deep cut. If you guys haven't seen this movie, it's also one of the greatest posters of all time. That original poster has the hints of yellow in it.
My goodness. Yeah, I have it in 4K,
Really?
and it's also available in color.
Oh yeah. See, I'll stick with the black and white.
Yeah, and now it's available in color and it's beautiful in 4K. I have a cinema downstairs. I have my little 100-inch screening room downstairs. Yeah, it's
If I remember correctly, Dimension 13 was also kind of a who done it, wasn't it?
yes, it was.
Yeah, like it's starting to come back to me. I'm rewatching that this week. I'm gonna watch that and then the remake back to
It's
back.
on YouTube. You guys, you can watch the full length feature on YouTube. It's available both in black and white and in color. A little pluggy
See,
plug for that movie, but
I'll
it's
stick with
great.
black and white on that one.
It's
Yeah, that's how
classic.
I am.
I love it.
So, man, like I said, it's been amazing catching up with you again, and we got to do this more
Yes,
often because you are
yes, we do.
simply amazing. But before I let you go, we always bounce back to the same question.
Yes.
We're gonna go back to Nightmare on Elm Street, and what
Uh-huh.
we're gonna do, LJ, is rank this movie on a skull count.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're not ranking this on acting,
Mm-hmm.
production, score, direction, nothing like that. We're not being critics. All
Mm-hmm.
we're doing is ranking this movie on how much it affected you on your first viewing. So,
Mm-hmm.
0 skulls being not effective, 5 being extremely effective.
Mm-hmm.
You can use half and quarter skulls anywhere in the
Mm-hmm.
middle.
Mm-hmm.
LJ, what would your ranking of Nightmare on Elm Street be?
I give it a 5.
Gotta be. Gotta be.
It's
Still
a
to this
5.
day, we're talking about it as much as we are. I know how much it affected you. We talked about it
Oh
at
yeah.
GhouliCon and what that movie means to you. So
Oh yeah.
had to run that. Now, I know I said it at the beginning, guys, but we're at the end of the third act. The credits are about to roll and the curtain's about to drop. Before that happens, I want to remind you I have all of LJ's social media links right down in the description. So please make sure you're following him. Make sure you're following Fire Creek Entertainment. You are not going to regret it. One of the genuinely most sweetest guys I know is that guy right over there. So,
Thank you.
LJ, please don't go anywhere, my friend. I do have a couple more questions for you.
I'm
Uh,
here.
Everyone else, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Those links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror,
Jason, we are.
and we'll see you guys soon.